Hi everybody, Ben here. Welcome back to the channel. And this one I'm going to explain to you why I think Alaska Energy Metals, a nickel exploration stock, has the potential to go up 3 times in share price appreciation. And it's mostly going to be a comparative analysis to two other more advanced nickel projects. And first of all, we'll look at the price of nickel here. It's really hasn't done well. That could explain why Alaska Energy Metals has lagged, and we'll get to that in a second. But the price really peaked here in 2022 and it's kind of been languishing. I think it's stabilizing here. It made a little bit of a base around $15,000 per ton, and it has perked up a little bit, sort of on the bright side. Year to date, it has been going up, and it's $17,300 per ton US now. So here's the three stocks we're going to compare. Here's the Alaska Energy Metals here. $19 million market cap, $20 million market cap, 3.227 billion tons at a 0.4% nickel equivalent. So it is more of a polymetallic deposit as well. And that's just at the resource stage. So pretty early stage of development. Canada Nickel Company, $420 million market cap, 3.8 billion tons at 0.22% nickel. And it is supposed to go into construction by the end of the year. There could be some delays on that, especially with construction, but that's when it's supposed to go into the construction phase. FPX Nickel has $151 million market cap. It has 2.154 billion tons of 0.22% nickel, and it's at the pre-feasibility stage. So Alaska Energy Metals is the earliest stage company of the three. They all three of them, I think, have pretty similar deposits. They're all open pitable bulk tonnage style. This one is in Canada, so is this one. This one's in Alaska. The market might not like this one as much because it is polymetallic, but you can see really we'll look at the share price performance. Since September, this had sort of this big hockey stick spike up, but then it's just sort of been dribbling down. And January, around here, it's been continuing to pull back. Canada Nickel, on the other hand, sort of that September timeframe, a little earlier, it started to move up, and it has been pulling back since January here, and looks like it has a nice dip here in the share price for an entry position. FPX Nickel, same sort of idea, got going here in September and now started pulling back in January. So we're really Alaska Energy Metals. So these are kind of holding the gains. Just gave some of them back. If you just look at the share price performance, whereas Alaska Energy's went up and now it's kind of right back where it started at that 9 cent level. And I do understand that it is an earlier stage company, but I think, in using my experience with comparing different projects in the past with different stages, I think the market has Alaska Energy Metals too low relative to Canada Nickel and FPX Nickel. I think this one should be around the $60 million mark. That's just in comparison to the other two. And I know that's a bit of a back of the napkin type evaluation, but really, even on a valuation metric, 20 million for that, massive deposit, that's a lot of nickel for $20 million. So, I do think that, once these nickel explorers start moving up, we'll see if Alaska Energy Metals participates a little bit more. They also are in a little bit more remote area, so you're not getting the constant news flow due to seasonality. It's hard to work on a project in Alaska that is somewhat remote as well. So I do expect that Alaska Energy Metals is going to catch up to its peers, and that's the only company that I own of these three. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Not financial advice. Please do your own research and make your own financial decisions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.